everyone, it's me Nikki here today with Thursday's home tips, and we are enjoying these videos. I am so loving doing these videos, and the response that I have received from you all is great. Now if you missed last week's video, I'm going to put it in the link in the description box below. If you're new to my channel, I want to welcome all of my new subscribers, and what I'm starting is a weekly video in addition to my other videos where Monday through Thursday on my Facebook page, every day I post a new home tip. And then I test those tips out during the week. And on Thursday, I complete a video and share with you my process for testing these tips so that we can see if they truly work and maybe gain a new tip that can help us around our home. So let's jump right into this week's video. I hope you will enjoy. Okay, this tip is that I heard that if you separate your bananas from the stem, that it will slow down the ripening time. I've heard some people say that it worked, some that it didn't, some that it is the opposite. If you keep them on the stem, it slows down the process. So I'm trying it out for myself. So these are two different batches of bananas that I got at the same time. They seem to be right at the same pace as far as the where they're at in their ripening stage. And so I'm going to monitor it for a few days and see how it goes. Now we're into day two. Day two, I have my one stack together and my one stack separately. It seems like they're still in the same state. The ones that I peeled apart, I see maybe a little more browning spots starting to show up there rather than these here. And the green stem, it seems a little greener than the stems on these. So I don't know. I'll keep monitoring to see if things change, but we'll go on to the next day. Okay, now we're going to continue to monitor until 4 days. Now here's day 3. You see a huge difference. I mean, I see so many brown spots on both sets of bananas. When I saw this, when I went to go tape this, I was like, wow, they look about in the same state. They feel about in the same state. So I don't even know if this really works or is worth the effort of doing, because they both have a lot of spots on them. Maybe the ones that are peeled apart have a little bit more, but they still have the same feel, and I'm really not seeing a huge difference in the bananas. So I'm starting to believe at this point that there is no difference in separating your bananas versus keeping them on the stem. According to what I'm looking at now, I don't see a huge enough difference that would make me want to separate all my bananas or feel that this is something that would truly work. Okay, going into day 4, they're really getting brown. It's really starting to ripen off, and so both of them are in the same state. And so I have to say, I do not feel that it makes a difference. I've heard some people say it works differently for them, or it's worked, but for me, I just did not have that experience with this. If you've tried this and you see a difference, let me know. So I'm going to get these all cut up and peeled and frozen so that I can use them in my smoothies and in my banana bread. So I really had fun trying this, but I have to say, it didn't work for me, so let's move on to the next. Okay guys, this is just so simple, and you're gonna be like, okay Nikki, but common sense things I love. And basically, you know how you have those cookbooks that, they don't fold out right so that you can see the recipe you're trying to cook, and you have flour in your hand, and the book it keeps closing because the pages are not flat, and it's just frustrating, and you may not have a cookbook holder. So this tip is just a easy way to hold down your cookbook so that you can read your recipe, and it helps you in the kitchen. You don't have to purchase anything. You probably most likely have it anyway. And I just thought this was the simplest thing, but I love those simple things that we just don't think about. It's taking your clear Pyrex or baking dish and simply sitting it on top of your cookbook, and there you go. You can see through to your recipe because it's a clear dish, and it's clearly holding down the cookbook. That way your hands are free. You're not sitting there trying to lose pages and things like that, because I've had that happen before, and that is frustrating. But I just think this, these kind of tips are great because, when you're in the kitchen, you can say, hey, I remember Nikki said that. Let me grab my dish and put that there. So that, I just love this little quick tip here. And so this book didn't have a problem really folding out. It fell out. It did fine. But something like this book here never stays open because of the way that it's made. So, you're always having to put a bookmark in it or flip back in your pages because it just does not stay open on its own to the recipes. And so there you go. perfect. Works perfect for this book. I can see my recipe. I can cook what I need to cook. I didn't have to invest in anything. It's just a quick tip for the kitchen. So let's move on. Okay, when I saw this, I said, oh my god, this is just so neat. Taking a cereal container, the little plastic container that you can get from Walmart, Target, anywhere that you hold your cereal in, and using it as a trash bin for your car. You know, this is great for those mommies who pick up their kids from school and they always have some kind of little trash that they need to, put away. And instead of trying to keep a bag in your car, things like this is a nice compact way. You simply just get your trash bag for like your bathroom size trash bags and put it into the cereal holder, put the lid on top, and voila, you have an instant trash bin for your car. I think the size is perfect. I think it's just such a simple thing that we would not think about, but it works great. It has the lid on top so that you can shut it off, and it's just really easy to use. I just love this. And the thing about it too, it can fit right in the back pocket in your car, that back pocket, so that the kids can easily access it. Great tip. Okay, the next tip is how you can use sponges as your ice packs. And I think this is great for your kids' lunches because if they throw away an ice pack, it's a little more expensive than a sponge. So basically you just fill it with water, put it in the Ziploc bag, throw it in the freezer, and you're good to go. And so I gave it a try this week, and it was a simple process to get it frozen. And as you can see, it did freeze well. And then I put it into my husband's lunch pail, and it is in there now. And I monitored it. I did it in the morning, and then I checked it for the afternoon, which would be about lunchtime typically. And it did well. Like right now, it's still hard in the center, but the edges are soft. But as you can see, there's no water in the bag, which is great because it keeps it neat and clean. Please be sure to check out my other channel, At Work with Nikki, and I'll put the link below for my 5 favorite iPad apps and Levenger review. I hope you all have enjoyed and having a beautiful day. This is Nikki saying goodbye.